So what I have here today are sort of a collection of VTech vehicles. So this is the VTech brand. You can see that toys and vehicles are sort of meant for toddlers or very young children. So I do happen to have a large collection of them. I amassed them over the years for my kids, and I think that they are pretty fun and they're very durable toys. So yep, you may see from the thumbnail that I do have, I think, over 30 of them. So let's start off with the most recent and the latest one from the collection. So this one is a sort of a plane. So you can see that it does have a button here. So when you press this button, it sort of spins. Yeah, but there's nothing much. So yep, so all these vehicles sort of have this switch here. You can sort of see it does start to sing and it does light up on front, but it's quite hard to tell that it's lighting up as it is quite bright here. So let me turn on the light a bit. So all of them do have it. You can see that they start to sing. So this one is sort of this propeller plane. So with the propeller plane out of the way, let's move on to the next one. So let's finish the planes first. So this one is sort of a jet plane. So you can see it's a jet here. It does have foldable wings. So this is one of the more unique ones. So basically how it works is it does have its tracks, and you can basically roll it on the tracks. And when these sort of buttons are depressed and sort of in different ways on the tracks, it does have different vocal lines, which is quite fun for younger kids. So let me see whether this one still turns on. Okay, this one might be out of battery, but you can see that it does bear resemblance to each other. The wheels, sort of a face on the windscreen, and it does sing. But this one I think is out of battery, but this was one of the more unique ones as it does have wings. Yep, so with this one out of the way, let's move on to the next two. The next two I have is this two sort of planes, but this one does not have retractable wings. And this one you can see the names of this on the side here, and I think these ones are in French or Spanish. Yeah. So the audio is in French, which is rather weird for me because I'm not a French speaker. Yeah, but I think still very nice. The music played on this ones are very nice as well. So with these two jets out of the way, let's move on to the next, which is this two set of London buses. So you see these London buses may look similar. So both are called Stanley. You can see sort of the Union Jack printed on the side and on the front as well. Yep. So these are actually identical buses. You can see sort of the mustache on the front. Yep. So this one do speak as well. Yep. So this one's audio's in French as well. Yep. So when you press the face, sort of there's some different audio cues as well. So with this off and out of the way, you can see it's a very durable toy. Yep. So the next off, we do have these race cars. So we do have one here, another one here, another one here, and another one here. And we have this one. So all these as well. This one is in French as well. This one's Tristan. Yep, so unfortunately, Tristan is out of battery, but you do get the point. So this one is very nice. So you sort of have this spoiler on the back here. So they are sort of casted in the same mold as you can see. Just that they differ in colors, and I think those with the batteries put in, they do have different audio as well. This one has different colored rims compared to this racer. So I'm supposing this racer is actually does have English audio. Okay. So this one is in English. It's pretty cool. You can sort of see the flame decals on his sort of a spoiler there. Yep. So these cars are actually very durable. So they've been dropped, they have been dunked in water. So some have been dunked in water, but they don't work anymore. But exterior wise, they do actually stand out very nicely, and they actually do hold up very nice as well. So this one I think is in German. So it's very engaging and fun toy for kids actually. So the next one would be this one, Super Champion Leon, I think in Spanish. No, this one is French as well. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So this one is in French as well. Let me switch this off before it starts speaking in the middle of the night. It's going to give me a bit creeps. This one, yeah, it's Racer, but it's in sort of a green and black theme. You can see the spoiler on this one. So it's a very doable toy, but they do cost quite a bit, I think. So most of these I've gotten them, and I actually got them from second hand. I got them used, but they actually still are pretty nice. So this one, okay, this one's kind of out of battery. So this Rick, you can see that it does have a different sort of decal on this one. It does have sunglasses on this one, which is pretty cute. Yep. So that's the race cars out of the way. So one of the more unique race cars in my collection is this American Dream sort of Jim. So Jim is sort of a race car, same mode as the other race cars. As you can tell, it does have the same mode, but one thing that differs is actually his cap. So his cap is actually removable. Let's see, let's remove the USA cap here. So it's mounted on by sort of stud here. It does have a red spoiler. So this star spangled car here. Turn it on. So Jim has sort of a silver shades instead of the standard black ones. So let's mount this one back on. So the speaker is located on the top for most of these cars here. Yep, so Jim's pretty cool. And the next one, we do have a set of 2 ambulances. So this is this one is in English. So you can kind of see how these music are actually very engaging for younger children. So it's pretty cool. Ambitious ambulance, wow. Yeah, pretty cool. So it does have a lot of voice lines per car. I mean, those that work, unfortunately not all work. So this one, ooh, so this one is sort of a different color ambulance, which is very cool. Okay, so that's the 2 ambulances out of the way. Okay, and the next off we have this convertible car. It doesn't really resemble a convertible if you ask me. It's the proportions are really out of proportion, but I think it does its job for kids, I guess. So the speakers are located here. You can sort of see the steering wheel in front here. So let's turn this one on. Cool. Okay, that's the convertible out of the way, and now we have this helicopter next. So this one is Spanish, I guess. So this one has been fixed once here. Oh, this is in French again. I think it's in French also. So it's pretty cool. So you can see how they actually have this sort of ecosystem for their vehicles here. So all the vehicles, whether it's flying vehicle or it's a sort of car, they do actually fit on the tracks and they do actually work as intended. So next off, we do have this sort of more special one. So this one has the standard face on the front as well. So this is sort of a family wagon, but you can see that this one has sort of a printing of a family on the sides. It's asymmetrical. You can see that this one is pretty unique. So this one is unique in a way that it actually lets you record your voice. So you can sort of see this mic logo here. So if you hold this button here, you can actually record once I'm trying to get it to work, but if you hold it once after the beep, see, that's basically recorded. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool one. So next off, we do have a quad bike. So you can see that this quad bike is rather different in build. So this is one of the only sort of vehicles that does not have that huge windscreen, but then the switch is located on the back here. It does have the quad bike handles as well, as you can see, but this one I think is me see. It runs out of battery as well. So it does have slightly larger wheels, but it does still fit on the tracks. Yep. So this is Quinton. So it does have the speakers on here, and sort of the handles are rotatable as well for younger kids. Yep. So it's a very good introduction to for kids what a quad bike is. So with that out of the way, we have another unique vehicle, which is the Jeep. So the Jeep is done pretty nicely. Let's turn this one on. Okay, let's see what else does it say. So see the spare tire on the back as well. So the details are actually pretty good for each of the unique vehicles here, and I do think that they have over hundreds of variations of each vehicles, which is very nice for younger kids who actually do like vehicles. Yep. So the next one we do have is sort of a set of two tow trucks. So this one is rather unique. So this one does not have the smiley face. It does sort of have a driver, which is more realistic looking. You can see tow truck written here. It does have a hook. It goes up and down. It's very basic, simple movement here. If I'm not wrong, this one doesn't turn on anymore. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. But this one does turn on, I guess. Yeah, you can see. So this one is in French as well. So this is Jan. It does have a green colored hook. So this out of the way, these are two tow trucks. Okay, and this one here is a van. So this is a purple van. You can see it does have the yellow windscreens. The front, it does have sort of a cool yellow fringe, I guess. So you can see that the music played on these vehicles are actually pretty nice. It keeps children entertained for quite a bit. So these are much better for younger children. They are pretty very engaging, and it does roll around as well. So you can see all these vehicles, they do roll around pretty well. So I do have another yarn as well, but I think we went through that one as well. So with that one out of the way, we do have sort of a cement mixer. So this one does have a rotating cement mixer. I just want to play features here. Let's turn this one on. So this one is in Chinese. So you can see that the speakers located on the top here. So you can spin this. Yep, the cement mixer. So with the cement mixer also out of the way, we do have this sort of a hippie van. This is Daisy. So Daisy has sort of this surfboard on top, which is actually removable as well. You can choose to put it on, or you can choose to remove it as well. So I think one of my kids' favorite vehicles would be this hippie van, as I think the songs do really entertain them, and they do really like this one a lot. Yeah, okay, with this one out of the way, let's move on to the remaining sort of few vehicles we have. So another vehicle, more unique one, is this motorcycle. So you can sort of see the details on this handle as well. This motorbike, it does have very large exhaust pipes. It does have two on each side. Yeah. So the wheels are actually this slim disc, but they do actually still work with the whole track ecosystem thing I got going on. So it's turn this one on. It's on pretty loud. Okay, but I'm not too sure whether it can really maneuver through tight spaces. And this one is pretty thick as well, so it's actually got the same sort of width as the other vehicles. So it does not look very motorbike-ish, but I mean, it still has to fit on the tracks. That's why I'm supposing they make it so thick as well. Yep, it's very, very cool one as well. Okay, let's move on to the last few trucks we have. We have this fire truck. So this fire truck. So it does have a ladder on the top as well. Fire truck written on both sides. Focus. F is for fire truck. Wow. Yep. Very cool. So this is the fire truck out of the way. So let's move on to the remaining three vehicles we have here. So we do have this dump truck. So let's see whether this dump truck turns on. So this one is in Chinese. So this one is the Chinese version. Okay. So this one is a dump truck. It does have a movable dump on the back here. Wheels that rotate as well. Let's move on to the last two. There's this sort of football themed car, soccer. Yep, so we turn this one on. So this one is in Spanish, I suppose. So you can see that all of them do have very unique voice lines and sort of different songs in each of them. So this one is sort of a regular car. So it's French as well. Yep, and so this one is the last one in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So you can see that they do pretty much the same thing, and they do share one thing in common, is that they're very engaging, they're very durable toys. The electronics do break down over time, unfortunately, but with batteries and with sort of a proper care, I think they do actually stand the test of time very well. And I actually do really enjoy them, and I do really like having them in my collection as well. And my kids actually learn a lot, and actually they enjoy these toys very much as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and let me know what you think in the comments below.